Going down to MrGrey's to have myself a time.
Angry comments everywhere. Humble folks with conversations.
Going down to MrGrey's to leave my woes behind.
Ghosts and cryptids everywhere. Even some that is crazy.
Going down to MrGrey's to see if I can unwind. Come on down to MrGrey's and meet some friends of mine. Hey guys, Dan Will, MrGrey, Dandolph the Grey. Now, I was going to do a breakdown analysis video today, but I thought, nah. Yeah, I was a bit moody the other day, so I'm not going to do that. Not today. So I thought I'd go back to your comments, because it's been a while since I've done a comments video. I think due to the last couple of videos, I think I should answer some comments. I do try to get to people, but lately I've been lacking. I've been lacking. So I'm going to try and answer them as much as I can from top to bottom. And we'll see how it goes. First comment from Humdinger Music. And they commented on the $2,000 per night. The Warren House video I made. One word, gullible. Now I don't know if they mean I'm gullible. Or if the people who pay $2,000 are gullible. I don't know. I mean, either one fits. I'm gullible sometimes for certain things. You know, when a woman winks at me or looks at me and I never see the signs. I walk away. I'm thinking, no, she's not interested. I'm gullible. But I assume you're talking about the Warren House and the price. So moving on. From Kimberly Shepherd, and they say, MrGrey, a timestamp 3020ish, you just gave the idiots at Twin Paranormal ideas for their clickbait channel. They need absolutely zero ideas from me about their clickbait titles. We survived 48 hours in the demon house. The night I got attacked. The night we almost died. We survived this, blah, blah, blah. They do the same titles every single video. Every single video. And their fans bloody lap it up. I'm not going to get worked up. I'm not getting worked up. I'm actually quite calm today. But yeah, they do have massively clickbait titles. And this is a worry with people who I like as well. Also having clickbait titles. I sometimes put them up as a joke. But I'm seeing a lot of paranormal channels do the same thing. And when you watch it, you're like, didn't really happen that way, did it? You know, you're supposed to be the good people. You know who you are. And I understand you need that kind of title for YouTube to take notice. I totally get it. But sometimes, people tend to look at what the hell's going on my neck there. But sometimes, people, they see clickbait after clickbait, and after the while, they think, you're just bollocks again. So, give it up with the clickbait. That's all I can say. I'm not getting angry, I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, before we go further in the video, there's people in the comments saying, or in my comments, in Mythos' comments and Beardo's comments saying that the $2,000 is only for 8 people. Now, as far as I can tell from the website themselves, it's not. It is a flat rate, whether you're like 1 or 2 people up to 8 people, it's still going to be $2,000. I mean, unless they're wording it incorrectly and we are wrong, I'll happily say if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but as far as I can tell, it is absolutely $2,000 plus more, apparently. Go watch Mythos' latest video. Apparently, there's a lot more. If I'm wrong on that, I'll accept it and I'll say. But if that is the case, then website needs a bit redoing with the wording of their prices. Because as far as I can tell, $2,000 is a flat rate no matter how many people are, up to 8 people. I'm just saying, but anyway, moving on. From Kibba Sullivan, they say, am I the only person speculating Satori and her man will be on staff? I don't know about on staff, because I think Tony Spera is possibly the staff member, or probably someone connected to him is the staff member. I would be unsurprised if, what's her name? Cody goes along with Satori, his missus, and does the toe tap dance. I'll be unsurprised at that if they go there. I mean, they've probably already been there, let's be honest. I can't see nothing of them going there, but I have no doubt they will eventually end up there at some point. And once again, the people will lap it up. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, because I'm calm. I'm not angry. Forget about it. Now, from Denise. Denise says, it's pure greed. They know they can charge what they want and people will pay it. It's a vulgar amount of money to charge for something that is based on lies. Now, like I said in the previous video, $2,000 is a fucking ton of money. Loads of money. And they did pay $1 million for that house. Like I said, it's sort of like a rental agreement where they own it, but they don't own it, and it's only for a 5-year contract or something, I think. Maybe I just made that up in my head. I can't remember. I do understand, like I said, I do understand where people have to make their money if they've put a lot of money into a location. I understand that. But $2,000, you are pricing out a lot of the little people. I know groups can go, for $250 up to 8 people. I understand that, but you're pricing out a lot of the little people who probably want to go there based on lies. Yeah, I know. I've never seen any story apart from YouTubers say that the Warren Museum is haunted. I know it has the Annabelle doll. I know this. In my eyes, the doll is at bollocks. Haunted dolls do not exist. Hey, I'm just spouting facts. I'm not angry. I'm pretty bloody calm, actually. From Rosemary, they commented on the Lincoln's Ghost video I made the other day, which, my uncle made the other day, which there is another video coming very soon on a very cool hotel, which I can't wait. He can't wait to look into and tell a story. It's going to be exciting. But anyway, I appreciate it. And they say, I'm very late to this masterpiece. I'm a rare commenter, but I just have to say I love this style of video for you. This was really great as well as informative. P.S. Love the shirt. The shirt needed ironing, as a lot of people pointed out. I'll tell my uncle that. He's a bugger, he's a scruffy bugger, honestly. But I will tell him. But I very much appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Valola Offson. Sorry if I butchered your name. They actually bring up a really good point here. I was under the impression that the museum has been closed for a while. The first YouTuber to get in will easily make their money back. Loaning out equipment sounds good at first glance, but it introduces a lot of questions around tampering. Now, Overnight and Elton, I've only seen various clips of them. Would they tamper stuff? I don't know. I don't know. But I do agree. Apparently one of the devices they'll be loaning out is the DR60, and if you know anything about what we've spoken about the DR60 over the years and however long we've all been doing this, it's highly overly sensitive. Picks up anything. Picks up your bloody, clearing your throat. Overly expensive and hyped up by a lot of YouTuber ghost hunters. I remember it in the classroom as a dictaphone the teachers would use. And that was it, But yeah, it's a highly oversensitive device which picks up anything. Even at the lowest level, it'll pick up a lot of crap. So, that is already not a faulty device. Well, yeah, no, it is a faulty device. So I know that's in the package which they loan to you. As far as tampering, I don't know. I'd like to think they wouldn't do that, but I suppose that is a question... or a risk, you have to take if you are going to loan out their equipment. It's not your equipment, so you can't be 100% on what is being caught on those devices. I'm not saying they're going to tamper it, but there's always that possibility you got to worry about, I suppose. From Plague FM, and they say, well, I don't think that's a bad price when you put into consideration that you get to use all the cameras and all of his ghost equipment, which is over $25,000, plus overnight stay with snacks and drinks. He needs to earn something out of it because if any of his equipment gets broken, Elton can replace it. Plus, it is 2,000 group and not per person, and it's for 20 hours at the Warren Museum. Like I said, the website states it's 2,000 flat rates. Now, like I said, maybe I read it wrong, maybe they worded it wrong, I don't know. But as far as I can tell, it's a $2,000 flat rate. If I'm wrong, like I said, I'll happily admit to being wrong on that one. And as far as replacing equipment, I understand you have to have a cover charge, I suppose. I get that. I do get that. If you're loaning out a lot of equipment to random people who are going to go there, I understand. But at the same time, as far as I can tell, I do believe that the 99%, and this is all speculation on my behalf, by the way, I do believe that majority of people going there are going to be mates of his or mates of Overnight. The group who knows a group. I think they all, like Exploring with Josh and all that, they all know each other. They all collaborate with each other. I think they're the people that's going to be going there. So, I don't know. I do want to get to another comment, which was a reply to this comment, by the way, from Donna Shank. Finally, someone who isn't insistent on bashing Elton and Matt. Elton's wife, Ginger, interact with Jake Arts and explain some things a bit better. Again, I haven't seen Jake Arts live yet. I will have to have a skim through and see what was said. As for me, I can't speak for other people, but as for me, I've only seen little clips here and there of Overnight. More Elton Castee myself, and to be honest with you, he seems like a nice bloke. I've nothing against him. From the little I've seen of him, he's not one of those people who shout and scream at every little bloody tick and bang. that comes on those devices. He seems like a calm, collected guy. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen much, but as far as Elton Castee himself, he's the only person I know. Well, there's Matt Rife. I didn't have a clue who he was. He's a comedian. I know this now, but I didn't have a clue who he was until this whole Warren House came up. I'm more of a Bill Burr guy myself, but yeah, as far as that Elton Castee, I don't think I've ever bashed him. I've criticized his methods and devices they use, and why wouldn't I? Anyone can do that. But as far as him, the person, he seems like a nice bloke, so I've nothing against him at all. So if I do come across as bashing, I do apologize. It's not my intention. Keris says, to be honest, I think Elton's response to J-Cast was Jacqueline Nunes light. Now I am in the camp, right, when it came to the Conjuring House stuff, the whole back and forth with Jason Hawes and Jacqueline Nunes with the Satori Cody thing and the whole shit show which has happened since. Even though Jacqueline Nunes said some very nasty shit to Jason Hawes, and I still feel a bit bad to her. I think I feel a bit bad for her, I should say. Sorry. I still think she probably needs a bit of help in the medical profession, but I don't know. I'm not there, so but I don't know. I always feel a bit bad for her. I know she gets attacked by a lot of people, and I get it. She said a lot of horrible shit to certain people. But I don't know, I'm one of those people who think maybe she needs a bit of help. That's just me. So from Eric Vendler, they say, this is not very much considering what a lot of haunted places cost, plus he's sending the people that stay all of his tools for the night. Like I said, the loaning of the tools, that's a good thing. But as far as, like I said, it is, as far as I can tell, a flat rate, and out of all the... I've actually made videos on the cost of haunted locations a few times over the years, and of all of them, that is the most expensive I've seen. The next one down, as far as I can remember, is the Conjuring House, which is $1,200, and I think that is up to like a certain amount of group. But I think that's a flat rate. Again, I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. That's $2,000 is a lot, even converted into UK money. That is almost 2 months' rent for me. Almost, not quite. That's almost 2 months' rent for me. $2,000 for one night. So to me, that's a shit ton of money. I mean, I grew up in a bloody mining village, so maybe I had different lives to other people. I don't know, but that's a hell of a lot of money to me. But I do understand where you're coming from. Vicky H brings up a good point, and I agree with this. It's priced for the Dude Bro crew. That's their business plan. Look out for videos from the Crayola Kids, Sam and Colby, Omar coming soon. And I 100% agree. I have to laugh at Steve Lays. He's commented twice on my video. I think he might have been watching mine and Parple's at the same time, because the comments he keeps commenting is definitely for Parple's video. Steve, you were commenting on the wrong video. I didn't include a taxi driver in Dubai saying 65 degrees. I'm going to assume that was Parple. I've seen two of your comments on mine now. Clearly meant for Parple's videos. I think you were watching us both at the same time. Well, I do appreciate the comment, but send it over to Parple. From SC0891, I see nothing wrong in doing business, and I agree with that. I do feel disappointed at the fact that it doesn't do anything for serious paranormal investigation, if there is such a thing. Well, I've said this for years. There is no professional paranormal investigator. No matter how many years you've been doing it for, nobody is a professional. Same with debunking. Nobody is a professional in debunking. We're all doing this as a part-time hobby. Some are doing it full-time. For me, it's just a hobby. I like breaking things down. Even before YouTube existed, it's something I've always done with movies and special effects. That's what I've always done. But I also, I'm since a kid, I was also really big into the paranormal. But at the same time, the older I got, the more critical thinking I developed. So, but as far as a serious paranormal investigation, the only one I've seen in that Warren place so far is the overnight, when the night they purchased it or moved in. I'm not sure. It was a live stream. I went over a few things. The DR60 was prevalent in that video, and they did what every other YouTube investigator does. I mean, I don't think they're doing anything wrong, but I also don't think they're doing everything right. But at the same time, they're just doing what they know. And I've said this many times. A lot of YouTube paranormal investigators, good or bad, they're just doing what they know, which they've seen other people do. So as far as serious paranormal investigation, I generally don't know what that is myself. Yeah, interesting comments. Steve once again commenting on their own video. From Domex, I know you got a different name, but YouTube and comment shows it different. Wait, something is missing. Are you shocked at the $2,000 that your beard fell off? Oh boy. Yes, I shaved. I had a moment Sunday morning where I woke up, I think I need to change. And then I thought, oh, I look like a baked bean again. So it's going to grow back soon. The Nerd Journal says, the disclaimer is obviously fake crap to make more people interested. The whole thing is BS, but let the idiots spend their money however they want. Disclaimers for haunted locations I always find hilarious and at the same time very, very smart. It's the same if you have a video go up on YouTube. Now, if you made a video of you walking through the forest and it's just a normal hiking video, fine. If you made the same video of you walking through the forest, in your mind just hiking, but at the beginning of the video you put warning, scary, haunted forest, this could be disturbing. People are going to be worked up for that. They'll have an apprehension of going into that video. And that's what disclaimers do for haunted locations. When haunted locations give out a disclaimer of, we cannot, what's the word? We cannot let you sue us, basically. If you are possessed, levitated, scratched, bumped, banged, all that jazz. I genuinely don't think that is a disclaimer for, just in case they sue people. I think that's a disclaimer to say, you come to this place, you got to expect this. That makes the place way more scarier for a lot of people. I get those disclaimers, but they are, in my eyes, purely put there to amp up the tension going into that house. Because people do it all the time. I had an apprehension going into certain places years ago. I heard stories about certain buildings or what have you. I went in them and I think, oh shit, this is creepy. And then after a while, it's just a building. Because you had that information first, that ramps up the tension in your body. It gets your anxiety up. And that's when things start to, or you start to jump at things more like. Watch me play a video game, you'll understand what I mean. From Nerd Journal again, I always kind of thought Matt Rife was a douchebag, but this proves it. But he also creates a douchebag detector. Anyone who pays that price will instantly be shown to be a douchebag. Now, again, I don't know who this Matt Rife is. I've never seen his stand-up. Again, I'm a Bill Burr guy, not because I'm a bald ginger. I just think he's one of the best. Well, I don't know if he's an arsehole or not. I have no idea. I don't know him, but yeah. From CRL says, the fact they had $1 million to buy it in the first place tells me they aren't hurting for money. Oh, absolutely. These large YouTubers, Twin Paranormal, Overnight, oh my gosh, all those kind of ghost hunters. It's the whole reason why they put the shock face in every single video. It's the whole reason why they put the clickbait titles in every single video. Because they know how to game the algorithm. And that's, when you buy a haunted location for your YouTube series, like I said before, in my personal opinion, that is a financial investment and nothing to do with paranormal. That is my opinion. You can agree with me on that, and that's perfectly fine, but that is my opinion. And these people know how to make money. Wish I had money. I could get a hair transplant. From Our Ghost House, and again, an excellent point. Crazy as hell, man. Guess they don't care about making it affordable to the common man. It's probably a marketing tactic to make sure the content creators that do well are the ones getting in for the first year to hype it all up with free advertising, and I absolutely agree with that. Like I said, I think it's... The live stream they did was private, or members only, I can't remember now. But they gave out a password for the website. And you could only get that password if you were in that stream. And like I said, the bookings will be going live on September the 5th, which is, weirdly enough, the day that the new Conjuring House movie comes out. What to do with it? And Lorraine Warren. I'm sure that's just a connection. Nobody connected. Marketing tactics, again, I understand that. I get it. But yeah, making it affordable to the common man, it's not at the moment. A lot of these haunted locations are not affordable for most people, mind. It's only for the big, large YouTuber ghost hunters. From Not Darla, am I the only one who thinks this is reasonable? I have done many ghost hunting overnights and they are quite pricey. This is one of the biggest places for haunted lore. I don't see how 2,000 for a group is bad. The one that's absolutely fair. Again, like I said, unless I read it wrong or they worded it incorrectly, as far as I can tell, 2,000 is a flat rate no matter how many people, up to 8 people are going. As far as the biggest places for haunted lore, now, the only stories the majority of people know, as far as hauntings with the Warren house, is the stuff in the museum. Now, the stuff in that museum is supposedly artifacts Ed and Lorraine Warren collected from various investigations and people they supposedly helped over the years. I don't think I've ever heard of an actual haunting happening at the house. The only place you ever hear that, unless I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, the only place you heard of actual hauntings in that house is from the movies. And this is another thing which happens a lot, is when when a movie is made about a supposed based on true events film, like The Conjuring House. I love The Conjuring House movie, by the way. The first one, I think, is brilliant. The rest, yeah, all right. When a movie comes out, a lot of the information people get, including YouTube ghost hunters, are from those movies. But when you actually look into the real events, a la the Amityville, look into the Amityville compared to the movie, it's night and day. All right, so I do think, as far as the haunted lore, the artifacts, I understand that part, but as far as like a haunting in that house, I think I've ever heard of a story in that house apart from what was said in the movies, which the movies, as you should realize, is at the bollocks. Very entertaining, but at the bollocks. Mary Kennedy, and they're actually commenting on a video I made a long time ago about the Conjuring House, weirdly enough, where I called it a scam. And I stand by that. Hawes found no demon. Everything the Warrens ever said was a lie. Two of the biggest con artists of all time. That is the large opinion of the internet, and I agree. But anyway, I did plan on getting to comments about other things, but obviously most of the comments are on the latest Warren House video, so that's what this is based around, clearly. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you do disagree with me, please do let me know. I'm not going to snap back at you like an arsehole. I welcome debates all the time in my comment section. If you're an arsehole towards me, I will be an arsehole back. It's just, eye for an eye and all that shit. No, I welcome anyone disagrees with me. As long as you're tidy about it, I welcome it. But, yeah, that's it. Let me know. Am I full of shit? Am I, maybe I'm on to something. Does my hair look like a baked bean? Do I look like Zippy from Rainbow? I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave a sub. If you're new to my channel, I do this quite often. I'll see you again soon. Don't know when, don't know how. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.